Hi guys, I'm sure you can hear me. I think GQ asked me to come today because we're looking at superheroes and heroes per se. And what we do, I'm a dermatologist by trade, but I'm also a biohacker. So what we do, we're all around the world and we biohack performers, artists, visionaries, entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs. And biohacking is a new term that everyone's a little bit confused about, and it's a new buzz term. So biohacking for someone like me and you would be, I need more energy. I need to think clearly. I need to have clarity of thought. I need to concentrate. I need to sleep well. I need to have my immune system boosted. My libido is low. I need to be driven in the right way. So you go to your GP and say, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Your GP would run some panel testing, and they might turn around and say, listen, everything is fine. There's nothing to worry about. Sleep, exercise, diet, lifestyle, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of mindfulness, and you'll be fine. You come to someone like me and you say, I am exhausted. I need to be alert 18 hours a day because I run 3 companies, or I'm on stage, I'm a performer. I need to be on the ball all the time. And I said, okay, let's look at all the inflammatory markers associated with all the organs in your body. Your brain, memory, concentration, alertness, clarity of thought, sleep, energy, having that energy throughout the day. Pretend I'm a man standing up here and we go to the GP. We both lie in the same bell curve, in the same normal distribution of that test. Yet you're ethnically different to me, your epigenetics are different to me, your gut health is different to me, your microbiome is different to me, your hormonal profile is different to me, your life events are different to me, yet why do we still lie in that same normal distribution? So what we do is we come around and we say, you want to perform, you want to be mentally alert, you want to sleep into restorative, deep REM sleep immediately for 2 to 3 hours only, I'm going to biohack you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your own bell curve. So normal can be from here to here. But we don't want you to be normal. We want you to be great. We want you to be a superhero in GQ terms. So this is the normal distribution for both of us lying in an NHS blood test for fatigue, thyroid function, or anything like that. But you're coming to me as a biohacker and you're saying, I want to be optimal, I want to be great. So now I'm going to say, this is your bell curve, and I want you to lie here. The people that lie here are serial entrepreneurs, are super athletes, are people who are stage performers that have to work 20 hours a day, they have to be mentally alert the whole time. Those are the people that are called superheroes or superhumans. Now if we go back and take the athletes, what we find with athletes is athletes function at about 140% capacity compared to the normal population. We function about 60, 65% capacity. So when they ask me, they say, what can you teach the audience? How can you biohack? What can you tell them to improve their performance? So I'll give you my own story. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love studying multiple degrees. I'm like Doogie Howser, I'm always studying. So with me, they found I had something called adrenal fatigue. Now, a typical scenario is the day to day when you woke up, you had to get here on time. You had to make sure you looked right, you had to get your outfit on point, like me. You had to make sure everything, you felt good. You were excited, you had to look, you were stressed, the car wasn't running on time. You're hungry, there's a little bit of stress. You're falling asleep, a little bit fatigued, a little bit tired. All this time, your adrenals, which lie here where your kidneys are pumping cortisol. They're pumping something called a stress response. And what happens with the cortisol is eventually it keeps pumping and it fatigues. So if you think about it, I don't know, who's an entrepreneur here? Who's a creative, who's a visual artist? Brilliant. So think about it, sometimes you get a creative block, you're stressed. Your body doesn't know the difference between missing your driver or missing the taxi or not making a deal, getting the wrong deal, not getting there in time. Your body doesn't know, it's constantly pumping cortisol. So what eventually happens is your body fatigues, and then you present with symptoms like brain fog. I've got a creative block, Dr. Vali. It's not happening. Can you help me? You're getting symptoms like, I'm overwhelmed. I can't think clearly. But yet I'm CEO of the hedge fund, and I need to have clarity of thought the whole time. I'm exhausted, but yet when I sleep, I'm not refreshed. I crave sugar. I put on weight easily over here. I'm just tired, I'm so tired, but my wife thinks I don't want to make love to her. It's not because I don't want to make love to her, I'm just exhausted. And that's adrenal fatigue. And what we find in typical case studies is in women, they have adrenal fatigue with estrogen dominance, and in men, they have adrenal fatigue with testosterone deficiency. So then I come along and I biohack you. I turn around and I look at different disciplines. We do extensive panel testing to look at your inflammatory markers associated with each organ. And we turn around and say, okay, the reason why your GP couldn't pick up this result is because they don't test this. They can't test this. The NHS doesn't support this. This is called personalized medicine. Creating your own bell curve, specifically for you, your own health map, specifically for you, is called personalized medicine and biohacking. And that's where we're moving to. In about 10 years' time, it will come into the mainstream arena. So, what happens if my CEO is like, Dr. Vali, you told me I'm going to perform, I'm going to do really well with 3 hours sleep. It's not happening. I'm still exhausted. It doesn't happen overnight. So what we do with this scenario is, okay, 3 to 4 hours is what you need to sleep because the markets are open all the time. You need to be awake. I'm going to biohack you. We're going to do extensive panel testing. We're going to look at all the inflammatory markers associated with your brain, your gut, your bone, your kidneys, your sex organs and stuff like that. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to reduce these inflammatory markers by putting you on prescription-grade biohacking treatments and biohacking therapies. This could be adaptogens, natural herbs, natural uppers, no more cocaine. Let's stop that. You can still be alert. This can be natural prescription-grade supplements. But then there's also other things which some of you might have heard about. There's a reason why some celebrities never age. It could be stem cells. It could be hyperbaric oxygen treatment. Your athletes, high-pressured oxygen to make them perform the whole time. It could be mind mapping. I could come and hack your brain. Tracy said something very interesting. She said, when I'm upset, I know if I look at a piece of art, I'm happy. Her neuronal pathway is wired in such a way that she is triggered by a piece of art. That creates an endorphin, that creates happiness. And we can brain hack you so that you can perform a lot better and have clarity of thought and have execution in that decision making and know that you're correct. And this is what we do with a lot of people. Can biohacking make me happier? Yeah. Lots of things can make you happier. I agree with Tracy, sex can make you happier as well. But biohacking can make you happier. There's a couple of things you can do yourself. So there's something called natural adaptogenic herbs, which we're going to give you a few shots of tomorrow after you've partied all night today. These are natural uppers that can increase your mood, that increase the dopamine in your mood. The other thing we can do is we can rewire your brain. So, if this chair makes me upset, I can do something called brain EEG or neurofeedback to rewire my brain. Actually, that chair makes me really happy. It makes me feel like I'm 5'8" and a supermodel. So that's what we can do. We can rewire the way you think. Then we can also give you other things that can make you a little bit happier. We can do IV laser therapies that can actually give you some endorphin rush. So the other thing about biohacking and making you happier is, who's got any gut problems? Put your hands up for a second. Just a few here. Gut problems traditionally produced with bloating, depression, eating too much, lethargy, weight gain. What happens, the happiest hormone is serotonin, produced by the gut, and there's something called dopamine, produced by the brain. What we can do is hack you to produce more of this stuff, and that's what will make you happier. Again, tomorrow you can have an experience. We're holding an IV bar, and we're also holding an adaptogenic biohacking bar as well for you guys to come and recover after partying. I'm not sure if I've run out of time because it's gone 0, is that correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. Guys, pleasure to meet you.